It's obvious that you listen to this show to hear about and support other people's dreams. But what about yours? What is your dream project? I'm here to help you break through whatever is in the way of your dreams and get you to the finish line. Go to dreamingbigcoaching.com today and take the first step. Literally, it's a button you can click to sign up for a free consultation with me. Let's find out if I can help you reach your goal. Click on Take the First Step. It's that simple to start the rest of your life. Get coached by Rob Southgate at dreamingbigcoaching.com. Welcome back to Go Fund This, the podcast where you find out about the coolest crowdfunding campaigns out there that you definitely want to know about. I'm your host, Rob Southgate, and today I am joined by Audie Harrison to talk about the Indiegogo for his heavy metal horror comedy film, Headbanger. Audie is the director of Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, so I know you're going to be interested in what he has to say because he's involved in cool projects. Headbanger is a feature film that he's getting made. And, before you listen to this, click on the link in the show notes. Go watch the trailer that he's put up. It's so great. You are going to love it. Good. You're back. Here's Audie. Hi, Audie. Welcome to Go Fund This. It's exciting to have you here. You've hit all my buttons. Indie film, horror. There's a little bit of tabletop, a little bit of metal mixed in here. This is kind of everything. So today's guest is Audie Harrison. He's a filmmaker and artist. And wait till you get a load of this project. It's so great. It's on Indiegogo. And in fact, before I have you introduce yourself, let me give a little bit of the business up front. It's called Headbanger. You can find it on Indiegogo. There will be a link in our show notes, as always. We have 39 days to go. The goal is $50,000. Right now, we're just shy of 1,000. So there's plenty of room for you to donate, for you to tell your friends, for you to spread the word about this awesome, awesome movie that you are going to love. If you don't, you're listening to the wrong show, because I'm telling you, this is awesome. So, Audie.
Yes.
Why don't you tell people who you are, what you do?
Well, my name is Audie Harrison, and thank you for the nice little intro to the whole thing there. I'm a filmmaker. I'm a storyboard artist, writer, animator. I've worked in animation, worked in live action a little bit. In animation, I've worked at almost every studio in town: Sony, DreamWorks, Disney, Sony, Warner Brothers, you name it. And and I've made a couple of features before, countless short films. Check out my YouTube page. It's full of dumb little movies I've made throughout my life. Most recently, I've made, directed and co-wrote and executive produced Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. It was a direct-to-video Warner Brothers movie. It actually made some headlines because it was the first time Velma actually had a same-sex love interest.
Interesting.
So that was kind of a, we were on Fox News. We were on, people were outraged. People were loving it. It was crazy.
People get mad about really dumb stuff, don't they?
Oh yeah, it was wild. It was my little 15 minutes of fame for a couple weeks. But yeah, so I'm making this movie Headbanger, and it's about it's set in the 1980s, or kind of a fantasy version of the 1980s.
Tell them what the movie is, because usually that's what we go into at this point. Yeah. But it's so, I'm just so excited to hear all about it. The trailer is so good, the pitch trailer, that I'm like, yeah, awesome. Tell me more.
Yeah. Well, I was actually in a heavy metal band in high school. Called Section 8. And, we played all over town. We played at like parties and battle of the bands. We played at talent shows and even some weird, questionable venues that we were probably too young to even go to the bar, but we could play on stage.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I get it.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was definitely a formative time in my life, and love metal, still do, especially that era of like late 80s, early 90s stuff. And I always thought, I always had these, my parents were always concerned, and other people were concerned about metal at the time. Like, is it going to make you do bad things? Is it going to warp your mind and make you do, what the lyrics say? Are you going to have a satanic sacrifice? Am I going to come home and there's going to be a severed goat head somewhere? But I was always like, why would just because it's in music, why would it make me do it? It's like,
yeah, dumb.
You'd have to have no free will, which was sort of the idea of this movie. Like, well, what if your free will was taken away and you basically would do whatever you were told, including whatever you hear in a heavy metal song. So that was sort of the seed of it. It's been kind of rolling around in my head for a long time. And just in the past couple of years, got together with a writer friend of mine, and we started hashing it out and coming up with this movie called Headbanger. And it's about a young metalhead kid who's got this crazy mother who's totally steeped in the satanic panic and moral panic of the day, basically just she's actually hypnotized by her TV, all these religious shows and everything telling her how bad heavy metal is. And she's like terrifying to this guy, this kid, Mark, is his name. And he doesn't know what to do. She's ruining his life. She's got his haircut scheduled for the next day. She's got a whole new wardrobe picked out for him. And he's at the end of his rope. He and his friends get together and they try to come up with a plan. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? And somehow they put their long-haired heavy metal heads together and come up with the idea to hypnotize her. And she becomes the coolest mom in town. Like, she will do whatever she's told. She will, give him his credit cards to go buy, a cool concert tee somewhere or a new guitar or whatever he wants, and he gets the idea, let's throw a party, and I can prove to the world that I'm a man. I can stand up to my mom and I'm going to show everyone, including my ex-girlfriend who dumped him long ago because he's such a weenie. I'm going to prove to everyone I'm awesome. So they throw a huge party, and it's an indie film, so we're keeping it in one location primarily, and it's in this house. Kind of takes place all in one night. So we got this huge party. His mother hears the heavy metal music blasting through the huge speakers, and just becomes a killer. And
she's so suggestible that she does it, huh?
Yeah, and we get crazy over the top kills, based on each kind of subgenre of heavy metal. You got the sort of the sci-fi heavy metal. You got the sort of the more political heavy metal. You got the fantasy heavy metal. And we get to see, different modes of really gory and fun deaths, and by the time Mark catches wind of this, of what's going on, it's too late. His girlfriend is tied up in a sacrificial table, and he's got to save her and put an end to all this before the world finds out, and thinks that heavy metal actually does bad things and it could ruin heavy metal forever. So big stakes.
Big stakes. I'm looking at the Indiegogo and I see the tone here. You've got Rock and Roll High School, Evil Dead, and Airplane.
Yes.
I mean,
very cartoony.
You've done the mix. Yeah, I figured cartoony. Actually, when you were describing it, I was getting a hint of Reanimator too, which is that's like top 3 movies for me. So I always talk about how much I love it.
Horror comedy is my favorite genre. I mean, by far, because it's so. With comedy and horror, the only 2 genres that give you a visceral reaction, right? Like,
I always talk about that with people, about how it takes you somewhere. It makes you do something. They're so closely tied. That's why Jordan Peele's had so much success with it.
Yeah.
He gets it.
Yeah, totally. It's like, and it skates that line. Like, even the scariest movies have these, sort of tinge of humor. Even The Shining is kind of so scary that it's kind of funny.
Yeah, right. I mean, come on. Jack sitting there typing on his, that's hilarious. When you start reading his thing, it's like, I know it's terrifying, but it's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's so
Here's Johnny is a really funny line.
Absolutely.
So I love this. I love the only thing that I see that's wrong with your Indiegogo. I'm gonna point out a flaw here under Metal TED. I don't see the chopping mall robot on here.
Oh, is he not? I thought I had.
We've got Killbots.
Killbot.
which is basically the same thing, but
Yeah, I couldn't fit them all. That came out of like, I feel like every high school teenage comedy in the 80s had a robot friend.
And they all kind of look like these boxy things. Yeah, man. So yeah, and when I saw Killbots on here, I'm like, yeah, I got to give him a little crap about Shopping Mall because that is a little different.
It's on my Pinterest. I've got Pinterest pages full of like reference, and it's just like,
Yeah, it's great.
It was a sad oversight. I agree.
So once again, it's called Headbanger. It's on Indiegogo. We got 39 days. By the time this airs, we'll have 38 days. You want to get in there and follow it. You want to get in there and share it. And most of all, you want to get in there and support it, which brings us to tiers.
Yes.
What are some tiers that you think people will totally go in for? Like, hey, this is an awesome thing that I get.
Oh, well, let's see. Let me take a look while we're here. I mean, we've got the standard stuff. We've got the DVD when it comes out. We've got screenplays. We've got signed screenplays. We've got posters, T-shirts.
Autographed stuff. Yeah,
autographed stuff. I'm even like, if you're a fan of Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo, I can get you an autograph DVD.
Oh, that's on here. Yeah, $125 signed copy of Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo. That's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot of Scooby fans out there. So and it's a very similar genre. Scooby's like kind of the movie we're making, only that's a lot toned down. This is amped up to 11.
Yeah. Well, even your pins. I mean, $10 and you get a pin. It's like these pins are awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah, I mean
and everybody, I mean, affording $10, it's one of those things like if you like it, but you're like, hey, I'm on a tight budget, throw $10 in, you get a really cool pin, totally worth it. And you supported a really cool movie.
Absolutely. And we have some stuff. We have a sticker for the Headbanger Brigade, which is actually part of the movie. Mark and his friends call themselves the Headbanger Brigade. They're kind of a little gang, and they've got the back patches on their denim vests, that say the Headbanger Brigade. So you can get a sticker, you can get a pin with that logo on it. Actually, just today we put up a new perk, and it's a very affordable one, and it's just voting on some funny, like what's the best band name to include in the movie somewhere.
That's a great perk. In fact, I think you undervalued by going $5. I think people are going to want to do that for sure. It's so good. I work with a lot of comic book people, and one of the most popular tiers that we see over and over is $25. We'll put your name in there somewhere. Name a character or name a building or whatever. People clamor for that. This is one of those. I'm looking at them like, oh yeah, totally. $5. That one of those names, absolutely. I would actually up one. I would add a tier to this. I'd put like $200. You name the band.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And make it a high number, because if it's not your band, I mean, if I could put in there, best death metal band out of Texas with a Mountain Goat song, that's the name I would put. What a great name. And then I would know it's in there. So yeah, this is really good, man. These are really good tiers. I think these are really nice perks. I like the sticker. I like the guitar pick. I mean, these are straight up things that any B-movie horror metal fan is going to be all over.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to, speak to that community as much as I can, because it's a big community and it's a passionate community.
Well, I think you're succeeding here. Now, do you have any, look, I'm asking like I don't know. Do you have any stretch goals?
Now, I'm still learning all about the crowdfunding. What is the stretch goal exactly? Is that like when you go beyond?
Yes. So right now we're going to say he doesn't, but we're also going to say what I've said to other people in the past. He will. So what a stretch goal is, there are people out there that probably don't know this also. Once you hit $50,000, you set a stretch goal of, say, and I wouldn't go too high. I'd go like $52,000. When you hit that, everybody that's given in your thing gets some kind of bonus.
I see.
Doesn't have to cost you anything. Really cool bonuses are like I'll record a commentary track, and everybody that got it gets an exclusive commentary track, or gets to, I do a Discord, and they get to jump on Discord and answer questions or something like that. Those are really, really good stretch goals, because let's face it, if I'm supporting a crowdfunding thing, I don't want it to cost you more money. I'm giving you the money so you can make this thing happen. Yeah. You know, it's why you're willing to give $50 for a t-shirt, because you go, well, yeah, I could get the t-shirt for $20, but I know that money is going to you to make this project happen. I'm not shopping here, right? You know, right. So that's what you do with your stretch goals. It's a thank you. Mm-hmm. Once you get over it, you do that little one, and then you do some bigger ones. You know, maybe at $60,000. Hey, we've got extra budget. We're going to bring in a celebrity.
Yeah.
You know, something like that. So we're not spoiling anything. He's not going to reveal his stretch goals yet.
Yes.
But there will be stretch goals, because he is going to hit this $50,000. I have every bit of confidence in the world in this. It is such a cool project. And with Indiegogo, we know the money is funneling in here. It's going to make this happen. So don't miss out. Jump in and make this happen with him. I like how you have the breakdown on here of what the money goes to. 40% cast and crew. That's a big one. You're actually taking care of your people. This is good. What you get, call to action. So look, it says it right here. You can join the Headbanger Brigade by supporting this, donating it, and really ultra important, share it on your social media. Use hashtags like heavy metal movie, things like that, Headbanger, because there are people out there that are going to see this. Like, that's how I found Audie. I saw it pop up and I was like, what is this? I clicked on it and went, oh, this is so awesome. It's just, I'm not a metal guy, but put 80s metal with horror and all, and that Satanic Panic thing, I am 100% in. So share it with friends, because you don't know who else is going to be 100% in either. Who knows? Your dad might be a headbanger and be like, yeah, man, I'm in. You never know. So Audie, where can people outside of this Indiegogo, where can people find you, maybe interact, maybe ask some questions?
Sure. I'm on Facebook, just under Audie Harrison. I'm on Twitter, same thing, Twitter/Audie Harrison, one word. Instagram, Headbanger Movie. Also, just Audie Harrison. I'm lucky I have a unique name, so I'm able to get these handles pretty easily.
You don't have to be like Audie Harrison 42.
Exactly, yeah. But yeah, my website, audieharrison.com, has a ton of my previous work, as well as stuff about Headbanger. So yeah, I'm kind of spread pretty far across the interwebs.
Very good. All right. Well, you heard it. You've got your marching orders. Join the brigade. Yes. Get in there and donate. It is Headbanger. It is on Indiegogo. Audie, thank you so much for being on. This is an awesome project. I can't wait to see this film.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Audie, for coming on and sharing this fantastic project with us. I hope everyone listening supports and shares this project, spreads the word, gets people behind it. It is truly amazing. The Headbanger Indiegogo campaign ends on August 6th. Follow the link in the show notes so you can support this film and make its awesomeness a reality. If you or anyone you know has a crowdfunding effort about to launch or currently going, send them my way. I love to share cool projects and to help people reach their goals. You can connect with me through the Go Fund This Podcast Facebook page or via email directly to rob@smgpods.com. You can find a link to this Indiegogo and any links we discussed in the show notes. Make sure to like the show and review it wherever you get your podcasts. It really helps people know about the show and know about these awesome projects. Oh, and we have a playlist on the Southgate Media Group YouTube page for Go Fund This, and the video version of this interview is available there, or it should be made available as an update on the Indiegogo platform itself. Go Fund This is a production of Southgate Media Group, hosted, edited, and produced by me, Rob Southgate. Thanks again for listening to Go Fund This.